Well, you might wonder what I was doing rummaging around in my firewood store. What I've got is some logs in there that I acquired way back in the summer. A neighbour's cherry tree had fallen over and started to rot, and I was given the offer of sawing it up for firewood. And I've got these sort of random 6 or 8 inch lengths, quite solid timber, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these as the basis for a little wood turning project. So let's see how we get on. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to try and find by eye roughly where the centre point is and make a little mark with this awl. That should do for that end. This one's a bit more difficult because it's a bit irregular, but roughly speaking I would say the middle for me is going to be about there. So that's the centre point marked by eye as far as I can get it. We'll put that onto the lathe now between the centres. So I'm going to do most of this between the centres. So this is the little, so look, that's the little bit that I'm using. Okay, and we'll get that into the lathe. Right. Line that up. Give it a little tap, and then bring the tailstock in. Just give that a little bit of a tighten. Right, let's see what we like here. And that's running clear. So the next stage now is just to turn that into a nice cylinder. So now that everything's set up, I'm going to use this protection, face mask protection here, because I think some of this bark is going to fly off in big chunks, so it's always a good idea to wear something over here to cover your eyes really. So that goes on. Right, so we've got everything ready. Got the rest, tool rest all set up. So I've turned it into a nice cylinder. I've got down to the wood, got rid of the bark. So the next stage now is to make the Christmas tree shape. So I'm going to be tapering it down to a little peak down at this end. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to form a little tenon on the end here so that I can put it in my chuck and continue the turning from there. Adjust this a little bit. Make sure it's clear. That's good. Right, so I've got the basic shape of the Christmas tree now. It's kind of like torpedo shaped. This bit here is the bit that's going to go into my chuck so that it's firmly gripped. So at some stage I'm going to pare it off, so there's a little gap here, and then the Christmas tree will start from there upwards. So I need a little base which is going to be about to there, and then the rest of it will do where the branches are. To make a little base, so I'll give myself a little bit of room there. Wait for that. Now I'll start doing where the branches are. Well, let's just have a look at progress update here. What I'm trying to do now is just get the base turned. I've done all the little branches using a spindle gouge and a bowl gouge. Obviously got to be very careful with the bowl gouge, because if you come in contact with the sort of little branch above, it immediately catches, and I've had to glue this. The big chunk fell off one of these bits here, so I've had to glue it back on, but I think I've salvaged it enough. So what I'm going to do now is just make the base here a bit smaller by turning it with the bowl gouge. Try and get that down a little bit, and then put it into my chuck, give it a sanding down and treat it with wax, and that should be it. Let's see how we get on with that. Oh, that's okay. Coming on. Right, so I've put it in the chuck so that I can pare it off here at the base once I've got it finished, but also so that I can get this top end of the tree done, just to bring that to a point. I couldn't really do that with the centre in the middle of it there, so that's the next job now, is to get that to a point, and then I'm going to sand it down, go through all the grits, and then put some treatment on it. Should be okay. Got some nice markings in the wood. Right, so I'll go through all the grits now, so it's dust mask time. So I'm just going to use a little bit of wax on this. It's called a microcrystalline wax. So while it's been sanded, I've gone through all the grits. I'll put a bit of wax on and that should be it. All I've got to do now is part it from the base here. That's why I've put it into this chuck, so that I've got a firm hold of it while I do the last bit of parting off. So I'll put a bit of wax on this rag. Need a little sharp chisel now to get rid of that last burr there. That should do it. Well, there we go, a little Christmas decoration, little ornament, easy to make from a little offcut of timber. Hope you've found this little bit of wood turning interesting, and maybe a little bit of inspiration for your own projects. If you found any value in this video, please give it a like and a thumbs up, and consider subscribing for future content. Thanks ever so much. Bye for now.